I've been unlocking Stardew Valley one tile at a time, paying for every single tile I walk on. We just reached level 10 fishing, unlocked a bunch of new areas, and found our very first ancient seed. In this episode, we begin year 5, tackling some new lofty goals and taking our very first steps into the mines. Welcome to Tile Locked Valley, episode 5. Alright, it's a brand new year and there is a lot to do. My head is just spinning with ideas, but I think I'm just going to start by clearing out my farm a little bit while I make a plan. I'll need to figure out my crops situation for spring, which crops I'm going to be planting, as well as how many, which is a little bit different now this year because I have my new gold watering can. I'll also need to remember to keep checking my mushroom cave every 2 days. Let's do that now. And starting the year off strong with another purple mushroom. Very nice. We will still need a few more of those to complete our wild medicine bundle, so we'll see how our luck keeps up. We can drop that off in our bundles chest and dehydrate our common mushrooms. Alright, back to clearing some room for our crops here. I think I'm going to try planting about the same number of crops as I did last year, but now with our gold watering can, that should actually leave us with a good amount of energy left over, rather than draining it all the way each day. I have a few different things this year that I'll need that energy for, including our first ever venture into the mines, but I'll talk a little bit more about that when we get closer to it. For now, let's focus on getting our crops planted. And first up, I want to plant the ancient seed that we got from that fishing chest last episode. I have a chest here with all the museum items I've collected so far from various sources, and I'll need to donate the ancient seed artifact to the museum in order to actually plant it. So let's make a trip down there with all these items. I also realized I accidentally sold the chub that I needed for the field research bundle last episode, and I'm out of bonus tiles, so let's go catch that real quick so we don't have to pay out of our pocket for our museum tiles, since I will still need cash to buy seeds to plant as well. Alright, we're here at the mountain lake. Let's see if we can catch a chub real quick to finish off that bundle and get our 25 bonus tiles. That's not a chub. That's also not a chub. Algae. I'm kind of close to running out of inventory space here. I didn't really think this through all the way. There's so many things I need to do today, and I'm kind of just trying to brute force my way through all of them. Let's hope it works out. Still no chub. I think I'm just going to eat this algae and keep going. Hopefully I get it soon, because it's almost noon, and I have lots of other things I need to do today. Another carp. Another algae down the hatch. Alright, this is the one. I can feel it. Got a treasure chest. I really don't have the inventory space for this. Okay, but it is a chub. There we go. And bait and roe. Bait we can just equip, and the roe, I guess we can ditch a silver star carp. That's okay. I don't know why I'm like micromanaging my inventory here, but let's go drop off our chub and get our bonus tiles, and then head to the museum. Alright, here we are. Field research bundle complete. 25 bonus tiles, and we get a recycling machine. Very nice. I actually saved up all the trash that I got from all my fishing last episode, so we'll be able to turn that into a bunch of free resources. Looking forward to that. Alright, 25 bonus tiles should be plenty to get to the museum, since I already have tiles unlocked going across the river to Clint's. I'm searching this trash can out of habit, but I really don't even have any inventory space. What are you doing, Tilly? I'll check the special orders board, but, yeah, I can't do either of these at the moment. Still waiting to see one I can do. Alright, we can unlock our path to the museum here. That was 11 tiles, not too bad. We do lose 1 tile to the first cutscene here, but then we are good to go. We can unlock the last few tiles up to Gunther and start donating. I'm just going to start chucking all these items in here. I don't usually bother with organizing them at all until I at least have a bunch more donated. And for our rewards, our first ancient seed as well as the recipe, and some additional seeds we can plant for free. I'm going to leave the flute block here though, because I don't really need that right now. Alright, it's 3 o'clock, so let's swing by Pierre's before he closes so we can buy the actual crops we'll be planting for spring. I'm going to be planting potatoes this season, I've decided. The seeds are pretty affordable and have the highest total profit return when unprocessed of all the crops I have available at the moment. Rhubarbs from Sandy in the desert I think are actually better, but we don't have that unlocked yet, so potatoes it is. I want to plant them in groups of 9 to optimize my watering can usage, so let's do 135. Let's put our recycling machine outside here so I can keep loading it up with trash, and then I'm going to plant my ancient seed right out front here. I also want to plant my coffee bean and put a little deluxe speed grow on both of those. I want to propagate these coffee beans throughout the season since they may end up being my best cash crop for summer if I can get enough of them planted. I guess I can grab these carrots too. Alright, let's till some dirt for all these potatoes and see how good I am at counting. Alright, I'm completely out of energy and nearly out of time in the day, so let's just get all these seeds planted and I'll water them all starting tomorrow. Time to see how well I did counting out these tiles. Oh, perfect. I guess I can count. Alright, time to hit the sack. What a day. I have 30 quality fertilizer that I got from a bundle reward, but I also want to make some regular fertilizer with all the sap I've gotten to maximize our potato profits here. We can start fertilizing our crops, then we'll just need to water all of them and we'll be done with our chores for the day. While we're working through our chores, let's talk about what else I'm going to be doing this season. To talk about this, we'll need to revisit some of the bundles I'll need to complete for the community center, my overarching goal for the series. As part of the bulletin board, I'll need to complete the foragers bundle, which will require me to collect 50 salmon berries and 50 blackberries. I also want another 10 salmon berries to complete the children's bundle in order to avoid having to hunt down an ancient doll. Now, where do you get these berries? From bushes all around the valley during a select few days of the year, and salmon berries can be picked for 4 days only during the 3rd week of spring, less than 2 weeks away. My first goal for this episode is to collect all 60 salmon berries I need from the bushes around the valley this spring. Now, this is no small task for Tilly. The berry bushes are spread all around the valley, and barely any of them are reachable with the tiles I have unlocked. So I'll need to unlock quite a few in order to get to them. And how many will I need to get to? Well, this is somewhat determined by luck, since which bushes have berries each day is entirely random, but it's also somewhat determined by my foraging level. By default, you get 1 berry for each bush you pick from, but this increases to 2 berries per bush at level 4 foraging, and 3 berries per bush at level 8, but I only have level 7, putting me just 1 level off of getting 50% more berries for free. So after I'm done with my chores each day, I'll be focusing on trying to get just 1 more foraging level before it's salmonberry season in just 13 days. I also want to plant the rest of the spring crops for that bundle. I already have potatoes and cauliflower growing, so I just need a parsnip seed and a kale seed. Then we can start getting some foraging XP. I'm going to be trying to chop down all the trees I have access to get the most XP I can over the next couple weeks. I really have no idea how close I am to level 8, or if it's even possible to get it before salmonberry season. I got level 7 sometime during winter of last year, and have since picked a number of forageables and dug some artifact spots, but we'll just have to try our best to get there and see if we do. Oh, got another Woody's secret. That's some free foraging XP. We're also going to chop down these mossy trees I have on the farm. These have been providing me with mossy seeds for some time, so it's a bit sad to see them go, but no trees are safe this season. I suppose I might as well replant some trees as well, even though it's very unlikely they'll grow in time for me to chop them down before the 15th, but you never know. There are still more trees I can reach, so let's chop those down. Alright, I'm out of energy, so that's enough trees for today. I can grab these little guys over here, and this little twig. These twigs are actually worth 1 XP each, and every little bit counts when you don't know how much you need. Might as well plant some more trees where I have some room. I could get lucky, and maybe some of these will be grown in time. Alright, new day. Let's get our chores done, and then go hunt down some more trees. By the way, this golden watering can is so nice. It was such a chore to water 100-something crops one by one every day, so now this feels like a breeze. I also get all my watering done in one can instead of refilling it 4 times a day. Alright, we can chop these pine trees down. Wow, I just got 2 mystery boxes from the same tree. That's kind of crazy. We can chop these trees down too. I think there's at least one tree I can reach up by the mountain area too, so let's go check there. I also gotta remember to clear moss off of any trees I can reach, since that actually gives 1 foraging XP per moss as well. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I just have this one tree here that I can reach. Even though I can't get any of the things it drops, we'll chop it down anyway. Time for our daily search through the trash. And I actually want to unlock this trash can by the saloon, since you can get various cooked dishes from it that I wouldn't be able to get otherwise at the moment. So I guess let's unlock these 2 tiles here, closest to the saloon entrance, and nothing. I think I might as well get this one by the mayor's house too, since it's only 1 tile away. Even actual trash is pretty useful to me now that I have the recycling machine. There's a seed spot here, which could give me more carrot seeds. I don't actually care about seed spots for this season, but when we get closer to summer, I will need to get at least one of these, since I need the summer squash for my summer crops bundle. We can ignore that one for now though. Oh good, a rainy day, which is a perfect segue into one of my other goals for the season, and that's fishing. There are 5 fish for the community center that can be caught during spring, and 2 of them, the catfish and the eel, can only be caught while it's raining. So we're going to try to get that done today. We're of course still going to prioritize our foraging XP where we can though. Daily rummage through the trash. Alright, let's see if we can catch a catfish, since the eel can only be caught later in the day. Smallmouth bass. Smallmouth bass, and a treasure chest. Shad. We actually need this for a bundle too. We can complete the whole river fish bundle this season, but sunfish can only be caught when it's not raining, so not today. Smallmouth bass. Oh, this looks like it could be our catfish. Yeah, there it is. So, since you can't catch an eel until 4 p.m., I'm gonna head up to the mountain lake and see if I can catch a carp in the meantime. Okay, let's catch a carp. Wait, what? The legend fish? I am not ready for this. I am not nearly locked in enough to catch this guy. Yeah, okay, that was not gonna happen. In case it wasn't clear, that fish was the legend. One of 5 legendary fish, and he can only be caught here in the lake during spring when it's raining, but honestly I didn't know I could catch him with the tiles I have unlocked, so I didn't even think twice about it. I'm just here for a carp, but maybe I should try to catch the legend this season. That would be a fun little side challenge. Alright, this feels like a carp. Yes, there we go, another bundle fish. I still need to wait till 4 p.m. to catch the eel, so we might as well try for the legend again in the meantime. Oh, we got him again. Oh my god, okay. Well, this might not be possible with my current setup. I'm actually sure it is possible, but maybe I just need a little better luck, or maybe I'm just not that good at fishing. But I usually am only able to catch the legend with a trap bobber, or like at least some fishing boosting food. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna clear out my inventory, then head down to the beach since I still need that eel. And while I'm there, I'm going to buy the next fishing rod and a trap bobber. And if I have time after catching the eel, I'll go back and try to actually catch the legend for real. Alright, let's go buy some bait, both for my crab pots and to speed up the fishing. Then we can buy 1 trap bobber and the iridium rod. Oh my god, I just misclicked and sold my catfish. I was in another window double checking when to catch eels, and I just clicked back and sold my catfish. Alright, well, I guess I need to catch another one then. Wait, you can't buy back a fish you just sold, can you? No, you cannot. Alright, let's go catch another catfish real quick. Alright, there's our catfish again, and now we can catch our eel. It is already 7 p.m. though, so I don't know if we'll have enough time to catch the legend after this. Let's see how quickly we can get an eel. We got a herring. Oh, and we got an eel. Second fish. Very nice. Alright, let's go see if we can catch that legend. Alright, it's 10 p.m., so we'll have to get it quickly. We can throw on our trap bobber and give this a go. Just a river jelly. That's not it. Nope. Algae. Oh, here he is. Come on, come on. Keep your cool, Tilly. Keep your cool. Don't let them spook you. Nice and steady and patient. That's it. Boom. There it is. You've caught one of the legendary fish, Tilly. The legend. Pretty cool. I was honestly not expecting to catch him this season, or honestly at all. But that's a nice little side challenge completed. Another very long day. We will have to come back to put our fish in the community center tomorrow. It's Friday, so you know what that means. Time to check on the traveling cart merchant and see what she's got for me. There's a sunfish, which we need, but I can just catch that myself in a bit, so pretty much nothing. I suppose the farther I get in this series, the less likely it is that she actually has anything new and exciting for me, but when she does, it'll probably be pretty exciting. We got a couple more trees to chop down for some more foraging XP. Alright, let's catch that sunfish, and that will be the last bundle fish we need for the season. Done on day 5. And there it is, first try. Alright, let's go drop these off at the community center and get our rewards. 30 deluxe bait. And a dressed spinner. I got my first honey of the season. I'll need to turn one of these into mead for the brewer's bundle at some point, and in order to do that, I'll need to make a keg. In order to get the oak resin for a keg, I'll need a tapper, and it just so happens that I've gotten enough copper and iron ore for all of this from all my fishing and trash recycling. So let's start smelting some bars. Alright, that's 2 copper bars, then we just need our wood, and we can craft ourselves a tapper. Unfortunately, I've just chopped down all the trees I can reach, so we'll just wait for the next unsuspecting oak tree to grow, and then we put our tapper on that. We got our parsnip for the community center bundle, very nice. Alright, let's do our daily watering of our potatoes, and while I do that, let's talk about our second and final goal for the episode. After I accomplish my salmonberry picking goal this season, I want to reach level 5 of the mines. I'll need to delve quite deep into the mines for a few of my community center bundle items. And in order to understand the strategy I will be employing, we first need to understand how the mines work for a tile-locked farmer. And in order to do that, we need to understand exactly how the mines work in this game. So let's break it down real quick. There are 120 levels in the mines, divided into groups of 10 that determine which ores, monsters, and minerals can be found there. Every 5 levels there's an elevator that can be returned to at any time, acting as a series of checkpoints. Now, what you probably already know is that the mine levels are procedurally generated, meaning exactly which monsters spawn, the quantity and distribution of the rocks, and much more are all determined randomly each time that level is loaded. But what you might not know is that the level layouts, the exact shape and size of the floor and walls, are not random at all. Rather, there is a one-to-one mapping of mine level and level layout, meaning every time you visit a particular mine level, while the rocks and monsters and other such contents of the level may change, the level itself, the walkable tiles, will remain the same each time. There are not 120 of these layouts either. In fact, they repeat every 40 levels. So level 1 of the mines always has this general shape, and so does 41 and 81. And level 19 always has this spiral layout, and so does level 59 and 99. And it works this way for all 120 levels of the mines. There is one notable exception to this, and that's infested levels, which can sometimes replace the normal map layout for a given level, but we'll cover that when we get there. Things also change ever so slightly when you reach the bottom of the mines, but we're not gonna have to worry about that. This one-to-one map to level parity is a very important piece of information for Tile-Locked Valley, because it effectively means that the mines are no different from any ordinary location, with tiles that are consistent and reusable. They can be unlocked once and then revisited as often or as little as you like. They don't change or disappear, so just as the tiles I unlock in town are completely separate from the tiles I unlock on the farm, Each level of the mines will have its own set of tiles that I will have to unlock separately. Tiles unlocked on level 1 will stay on level 1, and new tiles will have to be unlocked for level 2, and all the levels I'll need to reach below. Now, this makes things pretty easy to understand mechanically, but does not make things easy for Tilly at all. Having to unlock tiles individually means I will have to be extremely choosy with which tiles I unlock on which levels, and in order to reach the depths of the mines to find some of my bundle items, I will need to rely on a huge tile saver: staircases. For 99 pieces of stone, you can craft a staircase, which lets you move down one level in the mines without having to hunt for one randomly the normal way, and I will absolutely need some of these to get lower in the mines without spending hundreds if not thousands of tiles to do so. There's just one problem. You need level 2 mining to craft staircases, and I have level 0. So, going back to my goal of reaching level 5 in the mines this episode, what this really means is that I'll have to get level 2 mining and acquire enough stone to craft the staircases to get 5 levels down. I'm just going to drop that parsnip off at the community center, and then we can head up to the mines and I'll explain the plan. I guess we can check the garbage cans real quick. Wow, I got the garbage can hat. I love this hat, and it's super rare. Something like a 1 in 500 chance from each garbage can, and I don't think I've even searched 100. It's also the first hat we've gotten for Tilly, so we're obviously gonna have to wear this now. So there's a daffodil here, which is one of the 2 forageables I need for spring, but it's 3 tiles away. I had this same problem last episode. I unlocked some tiles to reach a crocus, only to get a free one later in the season, so I'm a bit torn here once again. Let me just double check there isn't one up here in the mountains. No, okay, there isn't, so I think I'm gonna do it. 3 tiles unlocked to get 5 bonus tiles. Let's go drop these off. Alright, we got 77 bonus tiles still, so let's take our first real steps into the mines. We'll need to start by unlocking a path over to this ladder here, where we can access level 1 of the mines. Here we go. Alright, level 1 of the mines, just as expected. When we leave, we come out here, okay. So we'll need to unlock this tile here too then, I guess, so we can actually get back out. Okay, every time we come up and down like this, we should get new rocks here on level 1, but the tiles we unlocked stay. Clearing the rocks on this level is how we'll be getting mining XP so that we can unlock staircases. Let's start by unlocking some tiles over to one of these silvery gray rocks. These rocks give 3 XP each and usually extra stone. The other rocks don't give any XP unless they end up dropping coal, but they do still provide some stone, so we'll be breaking them if we can regardless. Alright, it's going to be very helpful to have a bunch of tiles unlocked on this level so that we can reach as many of the rocks as possible. I'm going to be efficient about this and try to maximize the rocks I can reach each time without wasting any tiles. These boulders are also very good for getting stone, even though they don't provide any mining XP. We did get a ladder, but we are not going to take that down, since we would have to unlock brand new tiles on level 2 to reach any rocks. Instead, we can head up the ladder and come back down. The level will regenerate and we get brand new rocks to break. We can keep doing this over and over as much as we like, breaking as many rocks as we have energy for, and unlocking more tiles to reach the better rocks as necessary until we reach level 2 mining. So after I complete my chores each morning, and after chopping down any trees I can reach to try to get level 8 foraging, I'll be down here on level 1 of the mines, breaking rocks and collecting stone. Alright, we're getting exhausted, so let's get out of here. We got 40 stone, a couple ores, a couple geodes. Pretty good for our first day in the mines. Another day of watering potatoes, another day of checking on my mushroom cave, another trip to the traveling cart. Ooh, holly, and 5 of them. That's like exactly what I need. The winter star bundle can be finished with 5 holly, and I was only able to get 1 or 2 last winter, so that's super nice. Let's see, not much else here. There is a hop. But I think I need 5 of them anyway. Yep, 5 hops. So we'll just grow them ourselves during summer. All right, let's buy 4 holly. 1 salmon berry's not really enough to help, so I think I'll pass on that. Another tree to chop. Still waiting on an oak tree for my tapper. Another day of rummaging through the trash cans. It's also Lewis's birthday today, so I'm gonna give him this honey since he's standing right here. Happy birthday, Mayor Lewis. And that is my first 2-heart friend. How about that? Another trip to the community center. For our reward, 3 mystery boxes. I actually have a few of these saved up, and I'm gonna get a bunch of geodes from the mines as well. So I think after I get to level 5 of the mines, I'll do like a little unboxing at Clint's for all of my geodes and mystery boxes. See what we get from all those. Oh my god, of course, there's a daffodil right here. Hello, Maru. Do I have fun working on the farm? Of course I do. Well, that's good. Yes, it is, Maru. Thank you. Anyway, there's a daffodil right here, and I just had unlocked 3 tiles to get one yesterday, and of course, the very next day, there's a free one right here. That's just classic. All right, it's time to get back into the mines and get some more XP and stone. Let's get to it. I left just enough energy to get this artifact spot here. Prehistoric hand axe, all right, that's a new one for the museum. We got 52 more stone for the collection and our first refined quartz from the recycling machine. This is pretty much going to be my routine for the next week or so. Chopping trees, recycling trash, and breaking rocks until the 15th of spring when salmonberry season starts. Alright, it is the 14th of spring, which means salmonberry season starts tomorrow. It's also harvest day for all my crops, and I'm going to start planting as many coffee beans as I can in place of my regular crops so that they'll be grown by summer. I still haven't gotten level 8 foraging, so we're going to make our final round of chopping trees today, or doing whatever else I can for foraging XP. If we still don't hit level 8, we will just have to make do tomorrow with 2 berries from each bush instead of 3. I do also plan on eating those pancakes I found in the trash. Not the most appetizing idea, but Tilly's never had real pancakes, so she won't know the difference. They give a temporary +2 bonus to your foraging level, so for 1 day only, I will get an extra berry from each bush. Alright, let's see what the traveling cart merchants got. Battery pack, although I actually plan to get one soon, since I got that lightning rod from the community center, and it's actually going to storm tomorrow, so nothing too useful here. Got a couple more trees to chop. Still no level 8 foraging. Alright, let's buy some more seeds to plant. Oh, we've walked in on Abigail playing some video games. We would get to play with her, but we can't quite reach her. We'll have to skip this one. Alright, we can sell our potatoes. We'll keep 1 cauliflower for the community center, and we can sell the rest. Then we can buy more potato seeds. All right, before I plant those, I do also want to build a fish pond. I've gotten enough stone from my mining so far, and there's a perfect spot right here next to the house. I'll be able to put my legend fish in there, and the roe that it makes is actually worth a lot of money, especially for Tilly. We can go ahead and plant these potatoes, once Cricket's done with his nap, I guess. Let's finish our spring crops bundle. Our reward, 20 speed grow. Might as well do a little mining here. I'll be running around the valley trying to find berries the next few days, so I actually don't know how much time I'll have for breaking rocks. Oh, that's level 2 mining achieved. Heck yeah, we can now craft staircases. As soon as I get enough stone, we can get down to level 5 and complete our final goal for the episode. But for now, we focus on salmon berries. Tomorrow is the first of 4 days of berry picking. Let's get a good night's sleep. Alright, let's go find some berry bushes. There's 2 right here. There's another one over there. There's 2 down here. Alright, let's get this one. That's an easy one. 2 salmon berries down, 58 to go. There's another one here that's also pretty close, so let's get that one. There's another one down here that we might want to get. I think I'm going to unlock these 2 here since they're pretty close together. That kind of feels efficient, at least. Alright, there's one down there. We got a free one here and here. These 2 are pretty close, so let's get those as well. Okay, like this? Huh. Okay, Huh. Alright, got another free one here. That's gonna be a problem. I should probably figure out how to get these at some point. Let's get this one over here, since I'll get this berry here too. Also, my fish pond's done, so let's put our fish in here. What a legend. Alright, this one regrew, so we can get those berries. Oh, okay, fine. Really gotta get beneath the bushes, I'm learning. We gotta find out how many more bushes regrew before I unlock any more tiles, though. Okay, this one's pretty close. We can unlock tiles here. And here. There we go. Oh, wait, here comes Abigail. Give her a cake. No problem at all. Got another close one here. Let's get those. And another free one. We'll take it. We're doing pretty good. Most of the way there now. Alright, we got 32 in 2 days. And with 2 days left, I think I can relax a little. I'm just smelting an iron bar so we can make our very first keg. Let's stick that over here and make some mead from our honey. And then call it a day. Our mead is ready. I also need wine and juice, but other than salmon berries, I don't think I actually have any fruits or veggies lying around. We got our first legend row, but we can make a lot more money if we pickle these with a preserves jar. So let's actually make one of those. And voila. Alright, there's a new bush up here now. And this one's back again. Love to see it. There's also 2 up here we might want to get. And there's 2 close together down here too. Gotta wait for Abigail to leave before I search this trash can. Don't want her to know how I live my life. This berry bush is back. And there's another one up there that we might want to get. There's that one up there too. Alright, I think we should get this one. Kind of expensive, but we don't have a lot of good options today. I think I'll get this one over here too. I get the sense I'll be unlocking some pretty useless tiles today. This one's actually pretty close too. Let's get these. Alright, we're up to 42. I think I should get those 2 bushes down there. Alright, 46 now. That's a little more than 3/4 of the way to 60, so I think I should feel pretty good about getting the last 14 tomorrow. Huh, no berries here. There is one there, though. There are also those two over there still. Only this one bush here. Oof, none here either. Neither of these two respawned. Okay, this one's pretty good. Let's get this one. All right, we're up to 48, so 6 more bushes needed. Let's get this one and maybe come back for this other one here too. Only 13 bonus tiles left, so I think I'm gonna end up burning through all of these just getting these last few berries. Good thing I kept some cash on me too. It's definitely worth it to unlock a few tiles to get these on the ground here. I don't know how close I need to get, so let's just unlock these. Oh, that did it. Okay. All right, definitely we'll get this one, easy peasy. I think I should try to get these two as well, since I'm getting desperate here. Oh God. Let's see if we can get the other with this tile. Oh God. I'd have to go all the way around these bushes to reach it then. I don't think that's worth it. God, remember when I was like, 1 salmon berry's not really enough to help? Well, that was a lie. Okay, let's get these two. This is going to be expensive. I am officially out of bonus tiles. Let's keep going though. I need this bush and one more. At least it's kind of on the way to the secret woods over here. Not exactly the optimal route I had in mind though. All right, we might need to get that one, but let me just double check and make sure there isn't a better one. Okay, yeah, this one's definitely better. 4,000, 5,000 to get some berries. We only got one, but that is all we need. Oh my God. Who would have thought salmon berries would cost this many tiles? I have honestly never been more excited to drop off a bundle item before. Get these out of my inventory. 10 bonus tiles, thank you very much. Whew. Alright, it's a brand new day. Feeling very good after completing our salmonberry odyssey yesterday. I'm just going to finish up my chores and then head back to the mines to get some more stone. We already have a level 2 mining, so the only thing stopping us from getting down to level 5 is the stone for the staircases. Let's get to it. Gotta make a quick stop at the traveling cart, of course. And nothing exciting there. Alright, I'm just gonna prioritize getting these gray rocks and the big boulders, since those give me the most stone. Another day in the mines, and we got 49 stone. Pretty sweet. Alright, it's harvest day for my potatoes, but I am not going to be planting anymore because I now have a ton of coffee beans saved up, and I'm going to be planting all of those instead. These are going to be our cash crop for summer. Today is the day. I believe this trip will be the last trip before I have enough stone to get down to level 5. Very exciting. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have 406 stone, with which we can make 4 staircases. Let's go down past level 1 for the first time ever. Here we are at level 2 with only 1 tile used. Then we can put another staircase down and head to level 3. Ooh, that's kind of nice. Some free copper without even having to move. We'll take that. Onward to level 4. And finally, level 5. I'll go ahead and unlock these tiles to the elevator so I can come back down and kill our first bug. Alright, then we just need to spend a few tiles to get back. And we have unlocked the elevator to level 5. Next up, level 40. Eventually. Wait, why did I make 4 staircases? I think I completely forgot that I would be taking a ladder from level 1, so I only needed 3 staircases. Remember when I said, oh, perfect, I guess I can count. Well, that was a lie. I guess I can count to 135, just not 5. We got level 10 farming today from our potato harvest. Artisan is normally very good, like super good, because 40% more gold is a lot. But we can't really make a lot of artisan goods. Both because the resources for the machines are really hard for me to get, but also mainly because unlocking tiles to have the space for the machines would be really expensive. So I'm going to go with agriculturist. Faster crops means faster money means faster tiles. Last trip to the traveling cart for this episode. Oh, wool. We need that for the animal bundle, and since we already have the rabbit's foot, that should mean we don't need rabbits at all now. We will take that. The last thing I want to do is open all my geodes and mystery boxes, and then drop some things off at the museum. So let's go do that. All right, here we go. Let's go drop these off at the museum, and then we'll come back for the mystery boxes. And for our rewards, just some decorations. All right, mystery box time. Alright, nothing crazy. Got a ton of food, some hardwood, some bombs. Hi Harvey, here's a cup of coffee. Enjoy. Cricket loves me? I finally got 5 hearts with Cricket. I mean, I had a feeling. He's just, never said it out loud before. He's normally so standoffish. I think that's the perfect ending for this episode. Thank you, Cricket. When we come back next time, we'll have our first fully grown ancient fruit. We'll be heading into summer and completing even more of the community center, and of course, exploring even deeper into the mines. Lots of exciting things coming our way. I'll see you in the next one. I of course want to thank all my channel members for their continued support. And a special shout out to my Mystic members who are Fitch, K. Arkine, Troy McCown, Not Found, Andrea Burkett, Sharkette, Suyoshi, Little Puppy, Panzeret Viking, Martin the Wizard, Bandito, Tubsy Tub, Buddhist Jesus, Tyler489, Corbin Medina, Nash Nose, Matt J, Lavender Butterfly, Jin, Main Madness, Derpy Hooves, and Jaggers. Thank you. If you want to be a channel member, click join below, and thank you all for watching.